Hello people, it's Dodie, and today we're going to talk about this young man. You notice something odd about him? He's an Alexander, and he's Rhett Butler, complete with his hat and his shoes. But, no arms. Well, when I got him, he had arms. And he still does. And it's just a case of they're not attached to his body. So today, I'm going to show you some basic stringing methods for dolls like this. Inside, let me bring you in a little closer so you can see what I'm talking about. There we go. Inside one arm is the old latex band and a hook. Unfortunately, the other arm does not have the hook. So if we're going to string this doll again, and we are, let's bring you down here so we can talk about it. By the way, this is an Alexander doll. I think you figured that out by now taking a look at him. Alexander, if it didn't get marked on the doll, always got marked on the back of the clothing. This was done in '76, so he's roughly 50 years old. So the problem now becomes, what are we going to do? We need one of those, and we don't have one of those. But we do have a paper clip. So what we're going to do, let's get down here a little bit more, is bend this paper clip to do what we want it to do, which is make that particular bend. Pardon me a minute, let me get my cutters out. Forgot to do that. So you want it about the same size. I'll cut this a little bit bigger. And start to bend this to the shape we want. About like that. I always cut things a little bit bigger because you can always take it off, but it's a booger trying to put it more on once you've cut it. Okay. Now then, this was originally, this hook was meant to snap. If you'll look inside, yeah, you'll see a little bar. And this piece was meant to go inside and snap onto that. Well, poo was meant to snap onto that part. And you can see now that while it did snap on, it's gotten old and it needs tightening up. That's probably what happened to the other one, is it just plain fell out when this elastic broke. So we're going to bend it to where it will hold again. And you can see where the one little arm has got a nice hook to go to it. Now the other little arm, since we don't have the hook, yeah, I've already looked in there. What we're going to do is put that in there. And since this is a lighter weight wire, we're going to twist it closed. And now we have our two hooks. Now, holding it up, you'll see you don't need a whole lot. If you can see the hooks, you don't need a whole lot of rubber band. If you're just, let's back you out here a little bit. Not that much. If you're just attaching arms, You can see there wasn't that much in the way of a rubber band in the first place. So what we're going to do is cut a new rubber band. Nowadays we can't get those rubber bands pre-cut like we used to, but we can get 10 foot of latex with a 3/8 outside diameter and a 1/4 inch inside diameter. I found this at the hardware store, and what you do is plain pure, you'll cut yourself a rubber band. That's the one I want. Doesn't look like much. Get you in here a little bit more. Yeah, other side. There we go. Now, you're right. It's not a whole lot until you consider that this doll is not very heavy. You will also need a pulling tool. I happen to have an old crochet hook. What we're going to do first is on the weak side. It's always on the weaker side because you're going to have to secure that some way. So now you've got a nice strong band, and you can see how that rubber band is beginning to stretch real well. Now, with the one side, you're going to reach through. Be careful not to inside. Let's see if I can get you a good shot here. You'll see the hook that's holding the head and the legs together. You have to go around that one way or another. I'm choosing to go back behind it. And pull the rubber band through. And sometimes you need 3 hands. And then hook the rubber band and withdraw. And now our Rhett has got his hands back again. Let's just like that. And yeah, it really is that easy. So let's put his coat back on him. And now we have our dashing, complete Rhett Butler. Which goes very well with my beautiful Scarlet doll. They don't match in height. Oops. But hey, I have a pair. Rhett Butler. I can now wave at you and pose as you see fit. That's all I have for you today, folks. Remember to do all the stuffs, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.